This baby is flying business.
Say hi, Sebastian.
We recently took an international flight from JFK in New York City to London Heathrow. We were in Europe for 24 nights. We also visited Burgas, Bulgaria, and Geneva, Switzerland on this trip. Check out some of our other videos if you want to see those. Make sure you subscribe for some more bon vivant adventures. But for now, here's the story of traveling from New York to London and London back to New York in business class with a baby. First things first, do not book a late international flight unless it's a very long plane ride if you're traveling with a baby. The flight from JFK to Heathrow is simply too short to hope that your baby goes to sleep on time and then wakes up fully refreshed. It's only about a 6-hour flight. And we made the mistake of booking the flight very late at about 9 p.m. New York time.
What do you want to do? You want to take off?
As you can see, our little guy was way too excited to be on board. Sleep was not in our immediate future.
We got mocktails.
We'll talk more about the food options on the return trip back to New York City, because on the overnight red-eye flight, I usually try to get some sleep, but as you can see, Sebastian here didn't really have sleep as one of his considerations. So eventually I gave in, got a cheese plate with some red wine. Sebastian cried for a while until he finally fell asleep. Well, kind of. It's tough, even with a spacious business class seat. He was still under 2 when we took this flight, so we thought it would work out fine. But you just kind of have to go with the flow and hope for the best. Just remember that you paid for the seat too. So if anyone complains in business class, don't worry about it. And when you arrive, give your child some responsibility. Let them pull their own suitcase. We spent 2 weeks in London, had an incredible time. It's a great city for kids. Make sure you check out our other video, linked in the description, for some of the best things to do with kids in London. We also tried 3 different afternoon teas, which were great experiences, most of the time. Sebastian wanted to buy this Rolls Royce. Then we stopped over in Burgas, Bulgaria, where Sebastian has some family. After a quick stop in Geneva, we were back at Heathrow, at the Sofitel, which we also did a video on. The return flight back to JFK was not a red-eye, so it was a much better situation for our baby. The key to flying with a child, even if you're not in business class, is to constantly pass them back and forth between you and your significant other. And if you're flying solo, just try to exercise them as much as possible and order lots of drinks. Cheers, Sebastian. Flying can be stressful even without a child. So enjoy the food, enjoy the drinks. This British Airways flight had great breakfast options and lunch options as well. I felt like I was eating this entire journey. And when the baby doesn't want to sit with you, take advantage. Watch movies, sleep, read, whatever relaxes you and recharges your battery for inevitably whenever he returns. We tried to come prepared with flashcards. He's trying to learn a new language, Bulgarian. He still hasn't mastered English yet. But great space in this business class cabin. Ample areas to store books and other things. They also gave you the usual amenities like water and toothbrush, socks. Cheers. As you can see here, I was really enjoying my childless time. I got a full English breakfast, which for airplane food was really good. And this drink that I was having was the Gin Zing. It was basically like a screwdriver, but with gin. Then there was lunch with some flatbread, a caprese-like salad. The flan dessert was delicious. And then we moved on to some wine. Thankfully, our flight had Wi-Fi, so we eventually succumbed to some screen time for our baby.
You're the baby.
What?
So you're the baby.
I highly recommend bringing an iPad if your baby can focus on it. Forget about what people say about screen time. It's great for your just mental well-being. And yet another course of smoked salmon and avocado.
So that's special.
And more screen time.
Of course. Sebastian, are you excited to be back in New York? Only 2 of our friends.
So in conclusion, don't let having a child dissuade you from traveling. Just get out there, make them adapt to your lifestyle, and enjoy yourself. See the world. They'll be better off for it.